If it falls, it's okay. If it shatters, it's all right.
It is all
It'd be a
right.
good excuse to get another one.
Okay, so I just wanted you to be able to finish that. So the kids from your high school were moved to a different high school, and how did that affect like your friendships? Was that difficult?
It was a little bit difficult because some of the guys that had to move, I played basketball with.
Yeah, I bet.
mean, we had known each other since I moved to Hillsborough,
Uh-huh.
and I mean that was cool. But at the same time, you had to look at the situation as, I know this has nothing to do with you or anything like that, but them moving people around, it really caused like a rift between the students, because you kind of looked at people that got to stay, because I went to Cedar Ridge and the other one was Orange. You looked at Cedar Ridge and I'm like, oh, so why do you get to stay here? That was kind of the mentality some people took on, and it's like, it wasn't like that at all. I mean, the way I saw it, I'm still going to high school. It's just...
Did that affect any of your like relationships in high school since you stayed and they left? Was anyone kind of like bitter or resentful? Did people think that you shouldn't be there or should be there? Did you meet any conflict with that?
I had one situation. It wasn't really big, and it's one of those things, it takes a lot for me to get mad.
Yeah.
So I think certain people would have gotten upset. I think I just kind of brushed it off. I mean, we had because Orange automatically turned into your rival high school because we're 5 miles apart. And what happened, we had to play them in basketball, and during the JV game, some of my friends, I mean, I thought we were still cool and everything, and they walked over and they were calling us sellouts and stuff like that, and I was like, I mean, that's a funny joke. I mean, I didn't think anything of it till afterwards when we're going back and everyone's just sitting and talking, and some of the guys were like, why didn't you get mad? I was like, I didn't know they were serious.
I didn't know they were insulting me, yeah.
I didn't know it was an actual conflict that we were going into. So, I mean, I guess there was a little bit of hostility about it, but at the end of the day, I mean, we're still high school. We still got to graduate. So, I mean, that's the way I kind of looked at it. So, I guess I just brushed it off.
So you've always been very driven, from what it sounds like, just kind of big picture.
Yeah, I mean, it's just, I look at it this way, it's like, I've been put in different situations. I mean, I was going to play basketball in college, blew out my knee. All right, so got to get plan B. So, end up at Elon, wanted to be a teacher. Then, you get into it, I'm like, this is not what I want to do. And then, I walk into coaching and sports and stuff, and I mean, that's been my niche. And I mean, haven't looked back since. I mean,
that's so cool.
So I can say, you just got to keep moving forward. I mean, there's going to be different things that are going to upset you and make you upset, or, I mean, yeah, I just said that. But it's, as long as you just keep moving forward, it's okay. That's the way I kind of have to look at it. So.
Well, I know we already kind of talked about this, but do you know why that group of people was moved from your high school? Was it just like an overcrowded? Was it just a population line, or I guess like a zoning line kind of issue?
They claimed that Cedar Ridge was overpopulated. It wasn't. I mean, I think, because, they always talk about class sizes and stuff like that. The biggest class I ever had at Cedar Ridge was 35, and that was my gym class.
Oh, my God. So there really wasn't any substantial reason. It was just really sudden.
Yeah. They just wanted to do it. They saw it as being an opportunity to better the school system.
Oh, my God.
So, but, I mean, there's a lot of, I mean, if you ever look up stuff about Hillsborough, Chapel Hill, stuff like that, there's a history of them doing some shady stuff.
Wow. I had no idea.
Yeah. It's just one of those, it's behind the scenes stuff.
Yeah.
Most of the time, everybody hates the school board anyway.
Yeah,
so
that's very true.
You're just like, oh, well, they did that. You don't really look into it. But, having my mom in the school system, and with my grandmother, when she was still alive, she was a part of, like, what was she doing? She was in the system, I guess.
Somewhere.
Yeah, she was in there. So it's like, every day, you were getting information that wasn't in the newspaper, wasn't on TV.
So they knew like the backstory all the time, so you were well aware.
Because it was kind of funny. Where I live on that street, there's a neighborhood literally not even a mile. It's probably hundreds of feet away. That's all black people. And they also conveniently took the line and split it to where all those black people in that neighborhood had to go to Orange.
But it was strategically done.
Yeah. But they won't say that.
Of course not.
But I mean, if you ever look at those zoning maps and stuff, you're like, why? Because you had some kids that are literally having to drive 20 minutes to go to high school.
Wow.
Yeah. So.
Sheesh. Okay. Wow. So, yeah, so that was definitely a negative encounter, but it seems like you have dealt with it really well.
I mean, I can say that's probably the only thing. I mean, of course, Elon,
that's a pretty big thing.
Yeah.
I wouldn't say only. That's a
Yeah.
that's a pretty substantial encounter.
Yeah, I think that's why when I got to Elon, it wasn't like big thing to me, like
Because
to
you'd
look
already
around
been
and
in
be
that
like,
high
"Oh,
school.
This is nothing. I can handle it." So
That's so cool. How do you feel that you are perceived by people? Do you ever feel like you may be looked at in a negative way or in a positive way due to your race?
I feel it's a little bit of both.
Okay.
Part of it, I graduated high school. I mean, I wasn't the 4.0 student. I mean, just wasn't me.
Yeah.
And, you know, that's a big thing because graduating high school now is really big.
Huge.
And, you know, going to Elon, you know, private school and, you know, just the luggage they carry around with their name is really big. So being a black male at that school is really big, you know, not just in my community, in my area, but just, you know, nationwide. I mean, you have to look at it.
Yeah.
And, I mean, I feel like there, as well as some other situations, people look at me like, oh, it's a black kid.
Maybe the only one in the class.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I've had that situation, you look around like, well, here we go again. But, I mean, it's fine. I mean, I still have to do my work like everybody else. And, I mean, I hope nobody looks at me in a negative way. I mean, I can't, you know, unless you know me, I can't give you anything to go off of.
Yeah.
But, I mean, if you're afraid of me or you think of me as a drug dealer or whatever, theft, whatever you want to see me as, I mean, that's fine. I mean, but unless you know me.
Have you ever had anyone stereotype you blatantly like that?
Yes.
At Elon?
Yeah, the other night, I was coming back. I go to the gym all the time, just relieve stress. And I had a cut-off shirt. I mean, it's just ugly shirt.
Gym clothes.
Yeah. I mean, I have tattoos. So that's automatically offsets some people. And I was walking in the mill point, and there was a girl in front of me, and she just kept looking over her shoulder, and I was like, is there someone behind me that I need to be worried about? And I kind of glanced around, and I'm the only person there. And, I mean, I got my book bag on, and, I mean, I look like a legit student. And all of a sudden, she pulls out her phone and just starts dialing. And it's like, I'm close enough to where I can hear, but it also helps nobody else is outside, so I can hear everything she's saying. And so she gets on her phone, she's like, I'm being followed. I was like, is someone following you or is someone following me? And she was like, I don't know what to do. This guy keeps following me. And in Mill Point, they had this little part where it just splits off.
Yeah.
And I'm walking, and she starts to turn, and she's still on her phone looking back at me. And I just keep walking, and she's like, okay, never mind. Okay, we're good. He just walked off. And she just, like, hung up. And I was just kind of, in my head, I was like, are you really that naive?
Ignorant.
To do something like that? And, I mean, it didn't really hit me until I got in my room. I was like, she really did that. Not even knowing who I was or anything like that. Elon basketball across my chest. And, you know, I don't really take it into account as being painful or being hateful toward me or anything like that. People come from different situations all the time. And you can only adjust to what you've been exposed to. And if all she's been exposed to is black people doing this or that, I can't change that. Unless she says, hey, my name is XYZ, and actually sits down and talks to me. So I just had to kind of just let it go. And, I mean, I feel like, you know, I'll have to do that 3, 4, 5, 6 times in life. But, you know, as long as I never let it get to me, you know, 100%, I'll be okay.
It seems like since you are so educated and so, I don't want to say you are more educated than the majority of people out there. And it just seems like that is able to make you a little bit more rational and almost feel bad for how ignorant some people are. Yeah. You know, that always helps me, like, learning about, you know, like you said, people can adjust to what they haven't been exposed to. And if that's all she's been exposed to, then you can't hate her for it. That's all she knows. Yeah. Well, I guess the last question, this is kind of a broad, but what does it mean to you to be an African-American male or a black male, as you prefer?
I mean, I feel like it's really at times, no, I'll take that back. I don't say at times. It's a blessing, just because I feel like, I mean, nothing against anybody ever.
No offense.
I mean, I just feel like I get tested more. I mean, I feel like the bar has been set for me, and I have to go above and beyond that bar. And I mean, I like that. I'll take that challenge.
Mm-hmm.
And I mean, it's almost like a sense of pride when you can prove somebody wrong.
Yeah.
You know, it's like, you know, I'm not supposed to graduate high school. I'm not supposed to get a job. I'm not supposed to graduate college or even be in college in some situations. So, I mean, it's just like every time I take a step and do something else, it's like checklist. It's just like something else.
In your face.
Yeah, so I mean, it's like you look at the situation now. I mean, I work for the Boys and Girls Club, love it to death. I mean, I want to open one, obviously, so I mean, I love it. I mean, I'm a basketball coach too. I mean, it's just, people talk about doors open. It's like sometimes you got to open those doors yourself. Create those doors, create those situations. I mean, the world is out there for you to take. You just got to go get it.
Yeah.
So, I mean, I like that challenge.
Yeah, it is. That is cool that you get to kind of overcome those obstacles that people have kind of set for you.
Yeah.
Check off accomplishments as they come.
Right, yeah.
That's really all I have for you. Do you have anything that you think would help me with my project?
I mean, any more stories you want to hear, I got them. Or any other situations that you want me to talk about I've been through.
Gotcha.
I don't even know. I mean, there's so much I think that I could probably tell you that I've been through in 22 years that some people won't experience in a lifetime. I mean, I've seen, godly. Growing up where I was, I mean, I've seen robberies, shootings.
Really?
One of my friends got killed. I played basketball with when we were in middle school. Just mistaken identity. Yeah.
Shot.
Just walked up, shot him point blank in the chest.
Oh my God.
Yeah. So I can't even begin.
So you've been exposed to a lot.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, I was forced to grow up. It wasn't, I didn't really get to pick my path at all, I guess you could say. I mean, some of the things, it's like, get forced into. I mean, watching my friend get shot. I mean, seeing my grandparents' house being broken into and catching the people that did it while they were in there, terrifying. I have no idea. It's just so many different things that shape you and mold you that, I guess for me, I never show any of that. I mean, you know me, laughing, smiling, joking all the time.
Always. I would have never known that.
And all the stuff that I've been through, I guess I just hold that in just because that's the stuff that's going to drive me.
It can be such a great motivation.
Yeah, so, if I'm sitting here and I tell everybody about it, it's not the same feeling. If everybody knows what's driving you, then it's different. But if someone's just looking at you and they're like, why are you like that? That's like a great feeling because you don't have to explain it. You just know.
You could never possibly convey why you're motivated or, why.
It's a hard thing to explain to somebody. Just like, well, why does that make you want to do? I couldn't tell you.
That's so cool. Well, thank you very much for letting me interview you. It's very educational on my part. I'm going to stop wasting your